Hey, it's Dennis from Aspen Thicket fighting the black flies here. I just want to do a short little video about obedience in bird dogs because I was a little crass in the last video, but you got to understand my issue here is people send me dogs to get worked on my puppy introduction program, and that is basically introduction to birds and gunfire. And then I will, if you want, transition to the e-collar so you can do stuff with them, and I work on a little bit of handling in the woods. But dogs need to have a foundation for basic obedience, and I'm not totally picking on the last dog that I just worked because it's becoming a pattern of what I've seen coming here in the kennel, even with some older dogs. Obedience is extremely important because at a young age you need to build the foundation for any future training that you're going to do, okay? And you need to build some type of rapport of cooperation between you and the dog. And I can't emphasize how important that is, right? If you have a dog that you say his name and he doesn't come when he's called, or her name and she doesn't come when he's called, and they turn and go the other way, there's no cooperation there. And you haven't taught the dog to be cooperative. Now, some of them, when they're bred, are naturally not cooperative. They might be a little stubborn, but you got to train through that at an early age. Use treats and at least teach them their name and to come when they're called. You have to set the basis for cooperation, right? They have to understand that there's a mutualistic relationship here. Otherwise, what happens if you don't build that basis, or you start it and then you quit on it because you give up because it's too hard, the dog don't want to listen or whatever, that dog's just won, and it makes it incredibly harder for anybody else that's going to work with that dog later on, including yourself, because no matter what myself or another dog trainer can do with that dog, it's going to come back to you, and it's not going to respect you because you haven't established a cooperative relationship. So obedience is extremely important. I will probably throw a couple of links into the comments on this video so you can look at some of the things you could do with a young pup to establish that cooperation. I really would recommend Joan Bailey's books. Those are top notch. Hey, that's all the stuff you can do with a 8, 10, 12-week-old puppy to set the foundation for training later on in life and teach that cooperation. But that stuff is super important. Sorry about my mini rant in the last video, but I can't emphasize enough how important it is, because no matter what we trainers do with your dog, if you don't have that basis for cooperation established with yourself, their dog's not going to do it for you. So thanks for listening. Talk soon.